This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
Today on the Compliance Tip of the Day, we're going to move from communications to a few issues or episodes around training, and we're going to start with envisioning your training program. These next series comes through a series of talks I had with Sean Rogers, who is one of literally America's top compliance training experts. And Sean talks about envisioning your compliance training program. So what do you want it to look like? The ECCP in the 2023 edition said prosecutors should assess compliance programs and the guiding principles of compliance programs. So what are your guiding principles? What are you trying to communicate through your compliance programs? You should consider developing a style guide or case standards. What should be the look and feel of your training? What non-English languages will training be made available in? How will the training be deployed? You need to determine the exact risks that will be addressed in the training. What will be in the content of the training? Do you have corporate governance to effectively ensure stakeholder alignment, improving or approving program design, budget, and monitoring effectiveness? Obviously, management buy-in is critical in training and communications, but have you thought about how your training will impact business unit? What about generational issues? We've got 5 generations in the workforce. Sean Rogers has developed 3 principles of highly effective training program, and those are trust, respect, and accountability. The compliance department must be trusted by employees so that the training will be taken seriously. You must have respect, and here, if you want to think of Aretha Franklin, that certainly works. But by this, your organization's compliance training will respect your employees' time and the company's time. And finally, accountability. You've got to have accountability, and certainly the Department of Justice wants to see this in terms of your overall program effectiveness. These 3 principles should become the measuring sticks for your compliance training program as you reference them back and envision your compliance program. I hope you will use some of these strategies, tactics, and tools as you start your journey of your compliance training program. It's going to be much more comprehensive than simply having a video once a year. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.